help if I unmuted the mic and turned down the tunes, wouldn't it? Welcome everybody to the midday stream. Star Trek Fleet Command. How are y'all doing? Hopefully y'all doing fantastic. I still think this music is just a smidge loud. Let's knock it down a couple more decibels. How's everybody doing on this beautiful, for me, beautiful Wednesday midday? It is currently 12:15 and a beautiful 91 degrees in sunny Louisiana. For those who are across the pond or in a place that does not use Fahrenheit, that is a nice 33 degrees with a heat index and heat advisory pushing above 100 Fahrenheit. So, hopefully it is warm and lovable. Well, y'all are as well. Because who doesn't love warm? Warm is the best, right? Yay, warm. I actually hate the heat. Heat is actually my least favorite. So, yeah. And Joe, what do you mean any ETA on the PC version? PT version is currently out in early access. Anybody can access the early version of the PC if you so choose to want it. If you need a link, I'll get one of our moderators to drop it. And hello, everybody, as we get started. Good to see Vulcan War General here. Good to know, Vulcan, that you're not working so that you can come hang out with me on stream. Because I know you're in the U.S. So, cheers to you, my friend. 112 in Yuma, Arizona. Yeah, Miss Debbie. I think the big key for me, this is that fun debate. You got that nice dry heat. I think with our heat index, we're really close to 100, and the humidity right now is somewhere like 80%, 70%. So, yeah, it's pretty juicy. It's pretty juicy right now. Yeah, I think I'll leave the sound on for now. We'll see if the sound settings get annoying with me hopping around the universe. But yeah, good evening, good day, good morning, whatever time. Good morning, wie geht's? Wie geht's? Yeah, heat is pain. I'm not a fan of heat. My fair skin, if that didn't give it away, the ginger complexion does not just mean I look good. It means that I don't like the sun. So there's some side effects of that. In fact, I'm going to swap out real quick. Some things I want to do today have nothing to do with some of the ongoing missions. I've got to do some mining of data today. I got a lot to do today while we're streaming. 94 degrees in Southern Illinois, 106 heat index. Nice, Andy. It's been nice and juicy and warm this summer. Hopefully, as the old wives' tale goes, that means that we're in for a cold winter, maybe. So let's get some hellos to everybody that's here in the chat so far. Miss Davies here, Connor, Keith, David, Walter. Good to see you. Wolfwood, Dominic, Sasquatch is here. Good to see Sasquatch, a regular. So happy that you didn't get that other job, Sasquatch. Which means you can hang out with us more, because I'm very selfish, so I appreciate it. Let's see who else we got. Bob the Donut, what a fantastic name, and I really appreciate your parents naming you that. Alan, Scott, James, David, Chris, Amelia, Ricardo, Zoomer, Sean Day, good to see you, Sean. Colonel, Fusion, Ian. Let's see, David. I think there's another David, maybe. Dusty, Joe, Vulcan, who we already said hey to. Maurice, Virtual Army, New Yami. Who else do we have? Chris, Michael B, 69, Randy, Caleb, oh, Brad. Gosh, there's so many people in here. So many people. Shout out to y'all. Pretty good job so far. Welcome to all the peoples, to all the shows. Well, this one particular show. Today's theme is is just going to be whatever in terms of chat. I know we're in the... I wouldn't even really call this as a down period. It's not really a down period right now, but it is our between the arcs period where we've gotten used to this being for me, it's a break. Being completely honest with you, I've been treating it as a break. I do not feel obligated to complete all the missions and do all the things right now. And I don't know how anybody else treats it, but I basically treat it as like, a short reprieve from the daily grinds, the minings, the hostile huntings. And I just take a step back and go, we're good. We're good. I do complete Crucible of War because it's an alliance-based event, and I am in a low-tier alliance right now helping them out. So I don't even know if they're going to finish all the milestones, to be completely honest with you. There's less than a day left, and they're only at the 1 million mark, right at the 1.2 mark. So we'll see if they manage to get more. I've still got to do my Crucible of War milestones. But yeah, so we'll try to see. I use this as kind of like a chill week, where we just kind of relax, catch up, do a little bit of whatever, and no pressure. So we'll see how things will go, because we got TNG Arc 5 starting, the next maintenance. So enjoy your break while you got it, man. Enjoy your break while you got it. Let's see if we can get chat. Death to the red dots. Amelia, isn't that always the case? Like, are we always grinding reds in this game? I feel like that's all we do, to be completely honest with you. You must do cow and get those trophies for the store. I mean, those are very important, and why is everybody mining data today? Do I secretly not know about a secret data event? I mean, why is everybody mining data? What the heck's going on? Does Arc 5 start next Tuesday or the week after? It's a good question, James. I know I have not had, so both the CM Aries and the devs that I usually talk to have not talked to yet today. I am assuming that it's going to start right on the 31st or the 1st, which I know is kind of weird. We could have an extra week break, and we talked about that on Ultimate DJ's podcast, where it actually launches the 7th instead, so it stays on the regular monthly schedule. But I really don't have a confirmation for you. The only thing that I've talked to recently about the devs was about the Enterprise D a little bit. Nothing super in depth, so don't expect to get something stupid juicy out of me or anything. But that's the only recent real conversation that I've had was about the D. So, haha. All right, let me get this, and I'll actually show you, because that'll be really quick to show you what my base power is with no ships home. I want to be able to grind the blue dots. I've seen you do it. I am going to check for OPC while we're over here. So there's that. Check for some OPC data. Who are the Trinity officers? Bob, they don't know. We did a video on that. And that would be Marcus, Charvinick, and Kang. They're probably the most important PvP officers in the game. And to an extent, even some of the Armadas that, stylize themselves as hostiles, essentially. Well, as, battleships, explorers, stuff like that. The Trinity officers are extremely important, and if you have not devoted time and resources to obtaining them and upgrading them, you totally should. The Trinity officers, like I said, and I'm not just being my normal exaggerative self, they truly are amazing. Talk to any of the level 50s and high 40s, and they'll tell you that having those at a decent level is a must, especially when it comes to PvP and different things in the game. Let's see what others. And by the way, questions can be anything. Sugar Fat Man says that they hope that the TNG Arc 5 brings us the D. Love the phrasing, by the way. And I do as well, but at the same time, and y'all can just take this for what it is, I'm not excited about the Enterprise D. I think y'all can infer what that means without me going and breaking any news. I'm not excited. Okay? So when Rev's not excited about something, it means that he's not going to be able to do it. So take that for what you will. But I mean, I am excited about the aspect of the Enterprise D being in the game. Okay, I mean, I am excited about that. But the little bit that I've been told, I'm not really like, yeah, cool. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry to be Captain Depression of the SS melodrama over here. But you know what? I was worried about that coming into the process. Can somebody drop the PC link for Flanged Overdrive, please? That'd be greatly appreciated. My base is 55.4 million strength with no ships in it. 55.4 million strength. So the hopes of scaling G3, G4 ship that had an Armada focus is happening. I don't know, Andy. I can't answer that because I did not get that answer directly. And I mean, obviously, y'all remember that is what I proposed. I mean, when I talked to them, I was like, look, this is what I think you should do for the game. I think it'd be very useful. I think it'd be very beneficial to do this. But I don't, at this point, I don't think that they're going with what I recommended. And honestly, not that I can expect them to be like, hey, Rev told us to do this. Let's do it. I can only pass on things that I think that are good for the game after having conversations with y'all and, of course, my own gameplay experience and see where it goes from there. You see Vulcan, War General, who is one of our resident whales. Not every whale is willing to be like, hey, I'm a whale. Vulcan is one, and he's already got the specialty ship in like all caps. So there you go. There you go. How would you feel if the Enterprise D was an Ops 20 ship? Carissa, to be honest with you, I would rather and I'm sorry if I make anybody mad, I would much rather the Enterprise D be a level 50 ship than a level 20 ship. Because if you make a level 20 ship, it becomes immediately useless. Even if you make it a scaling ship, there is no ship in the 20s range that is effective in the 40s and 30s. None. Not a single one. It's just... So while I definitely want, you know, an accessible ship. I also don't want to take like the most famous ship in Star Trek and dumb it down to the point where it's awful. I don't want that either. I don't want the Enterprise D to be some level 20 ship that nobody really cares to use because it's so weak because it's a level 20 ship. I would much rather it be something that we have to take a lot of time to work towards. You know, and once again, that is not me trying to say that I want it to be a whale thing. I'm just saying, like, if I had to choose, I'd much rather throw it as a high whale thing and it takes me, you know, a year or two to get there than to make it something I get immediately in game that becomes useless. So, but Baby Yaga asked, what about a level 34 Enterprise D? By the way, I saw somebody say that they've got a noob question. If you've got those, please drop those in. I'm going to try to catch as many of those as I can. And if you'd be so kind, invite your Discord server, invite your in-game server, tell them to come in here, especially if you're on the European or APAC side. Because my goal with some of these midday streams is to help new players that I normally don't get to see, because when I stream or I do a lot of stuff, well, it's on US-based time. So we would love to be able to help some of those who aren't normally part of our menage a trois, which doesn't make any sense. So could they make the Enterprise D level locked? Of course they could. Yeah, part of my suggestion was to start at level 36 and level lock it like you do the Sarcophagus and the Franklin A, so that you couldn't max it out until you leveled up. And I even got told by an engineer that that would be a really easy way to set that up and do it. But I just don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know. Yeah, Amelia, people do still need the link if somebody has grabbed it, if you wouldn't mind posting it, or at least sending it to me so I can post. I didn't go grab it because we're in the middle of the stream. But it is. Now, keep in mind, the PC version is an early access. It is early access, so if it's not perfect and then you tell them like, hey, this I didn't get this and then I got rated, I don't know how they're going to handle it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it is. Oh, okay. We can send our Enterprise back now. We don't. Well, no, while we're here, we'll look for OPC. We'll look for OPC while we're here. Bistro says, just unlocked Base Kirk and Nero today. Are either of those crews worth using at rank 1, or should I stick with more of my maxed officers? Depends on what your focus is, and holy crap, I've only got 2 officers on my Enterprise? Oh, I sent Khan on an away mission. I forgot. I'll show you why I've got a newbie 2-officer crew right now. That if you're on server 20 and I hit you right now and you screenshot it, I won't even mind. I'll put it as a bad crew and say what I did. But it depends on what you're using right now, Bistro. Even... it really depends on your spot, because Kirk at level 1 is fine. I mean, obviously you want him at a higher level, but Kirk at level 1 is fine. There we go. There's the juice I'm looking for. There's the juice I'm looking for. But it really depends on your spot. If you got Spock at least tier 2 and you're a low level player, that's fine. That's fine. So, will this be the last arc? My server EU186, and we never had an event store. Well, welcome to the game, 186. That is one of the newer servers in the game. Like US server 67 is brand spanking new. Oh, more, yes. Yes. What Enterprise? What the heck are you doing? I told you to go down here like forever ago. What the heck is wrong with you? Oh, visual glitch, and it was actually there. My bad. But we believe it's 5 arcs, and the reason we believe that is there was a press release by Scopely, and press release isn't necessarily the right terminology because I'm just used to using that from working in football. But they made a post talking about TNG being 5 arcs, and it got passed around to places like Screen Rant and everything. So yes, we do believe it is 5 arcs at least. Like, so we know for sure it's 5. It could be 6. Now we'll go ahead and say I do not like that format. I do not like the very stretched out arcs that take away the event store, which is so important for the average player. It's not as important for, a level 45 or level 50 to have that event store. No offense to the whales or high level players, but it's obviously not as important for them because they have a lot of the stuff that the event store is going to have in it. But it is extremely important for, players of the lower levels to use to catch up and grow. And hey, Gabe, how you doing, buddy? Love to see you. And I don't like these 5-6 month arcs because that basically takes the event store that last year happened. We had 5 major event stores last year, 4 from arcs and 1 from just a random thing we did. If I'm remembering right, or maybe it was 4. So far this year, we're at the point of having 3. and that's just insufficient. I mean, I don't think this is a course that we should continue. And obviously the reason's obvious. Hey, we got to milk the next generation. We got to make as much money from the next generation as possible. And I realize it's a business. I realize that's the model, but it's still a very, very annoying setup for those of you who are playing the game, because you need those to come around. I know a lot of you are still waiting to, to get your discovery, to finish getting your Vidar, because you need that event to procure those ships. And until they make a better way to procure, we're just forced to sit behind the current method of wait. Sit and wait. Almost missed it. Well, Andrew, I'm very glad you didn't. Hey, Kenny, how are you doing, man? Shout out to Scotland. Shout out to Scotland. And thank you, Ricardo. Appreciate the kind words. Chris says, I agree with you, Rev, for how famous the Enterprise D is. At the same time, though, it could be something to help try and hold on to newer players by giving them a low-level Enterprise. I get that, Chris. I'd also just say that while new players are very important, over 80% of the game is basically level 30 and up at this point. So while it is good that you want to try to make sure that new players stay, one of the things that you've done for that is you've given them the next generation officers to start with. Like, you get access to Geordi LaForge and Crusher and the early Riker at the beginning of the game. That's kind of like their, here, stick around, look at the cool stuff you're getting. If you would give away such an important ship at that early level, you're not making the majority of your game base happy. I think you got to worry about that. I mean, and maybe I'm just being selfish here, but like I said, most of the players in this game are far beyond the early 20s. So you've got to build it for them. And generally when you build new content, you want it to be built for progression, not for substantiation. And what I mean by that is me making up words. But you don't want to build something in the game just to keep the early players around. You want to be thinking long term. So yeah, that's just how I see it. Slag says the Enterprise D would be easy to obtain, or have the Enterprise D be easy to obtain, but then have the tiering be a huge hurdle to make it powerful. I agree. That's the whole premise of what I suggested to them, and I don't think I'm the only one. There's a couple of whales who suggested similar, and I don't want to bring up their names just because to be honest, I don't remember which one I had that conversation with, but it was a level 49 I was discussing with, and they were talking about that was something that they had talked to the devs too, because for those that don't know, the whales have a VIP Discord that has the devs in it, and they get to have direct feedback lines, which isn't that so nice? Isn't that fun? Don't y'all love that's a perk of, dropping the big ones. So, but it's definitely that a lot of people wanted that. It's just, will they actually do it? And thank you, Sean. I will grab that and then repost it here. Excellent. That doesn't look like the right link. I mean, I know what Exila is, but there's actually a link on the website, like the StarTrekFleetCommand.com website. I'd rather share out that one because it looks like sketch. Most people aren't going to know who Exila is. Exila, for those that don't know, is the payment format to purchase packs in the PC version. So I'm playing the PC client right now. But Vulcan, I mean, that's basically common knowledge, but it's not like they can get into it. It's an invite-only server, so them knowing it exists doesn't do them any good. It's not like I'm going to flood you with level 25s in the VIP room, Vulcan. You know you're safe. I won't even tell them who the CMs in there are, okay? Your secret's safe with us, Vulcan. Let's see, the next thing. I had a question after your base rating video where you gave a rule of thumb about how our target base is. Do everything similar for Armadas. With Armadas, it's more important to know mitigation than pure strength, and crews. Because you run a Leslie Moreau Kirk crew on an Enterprise, that Enterprise can kill something, 5-10 times its strength. So Armadas is harder to give a rough value. Like, for a long time, people are like, well, you need to be 1/3 of the power of an Armada. I'm like, no, you don't need to be 1/3 of the power of Armada. You just need to have really good crew structure, really good crew setup, and even more so for the deep space Armadas, because there's 500 million Armadas out there. You obviously don't have 500 million ships just flying around. So it's more about crew structure and understanding the mechanics of mitigation than it is actually going by true reach this power level. Now, the power level is true from the aspect of, if you just get your ship strong enough, then you'll just blunt force win. But that's not really what most people are asking when they're asking that question. And Vulcan's right. Research in ACC is also critical there, because there's a ton of Armada research that has come out, especially in 40 plus, that, yo, your 6 million jellyfish at level 44 is a heck of a lot better than my 4.5 million enterprise at level 39, because of research and different things that are there. So that's why when that question comes around, I don't give a rough answer. I've never like given the rough, yo, just get to, you know, this level power and you're fine. It's more about, hey, you need to really work with your alliance on building crews, on building, you know, research, understanding the game. And shout out to, I'm going to give a shout out to Server 17 right now, because that's one thing Server 17 does. They have weekly, or is it bi-weekly, officer meetings with a lot of their alliances, and they go over, here's how this works in the game with everybody, not just the whales. So that's something that everybody should really be doing. And if you do that, then you don't have to worry about getting, you know, 1/3 power just so that you can brute force your way through. You could be hitting armadas twice as strong as you normally were, because you know how to crew your ships. And that's what I try to focus on. Samuel, my favorite Star Trek character. I am really bad about picking favorites. If you give me each series, I can tell you a favorite from each series, but I can't just give you one favorite Star Trek character. Department of Redundancy. Checking in, Slag. Checking in. They should have made the next gen shuttlecraft a ship for the 20s instead of the away missions, because that's basically where you get the shuttlecraft. There it is. See it in the background? It's so pretty. This is why I don't have con, by the way. Collective bargaining. My Borg away mission. This is like, to me, this is the most important away mission I can get. This is my absolute favorite away mission. Collective bargaining. It means I don't have to grind probes that day. So in the next generation, my favorite would be Data. My favorite would be Data in the next generation. Especially due to his growth as a character in things like the movies. And just him finding himself becoming human. Data is my favorite. Riker is right up there. I love the Riker character. Worf, I love Worf, but honestly, I love DS9 Worf more than TNG Worf. So, is that a mission giving you a D4 blueprint? It is. Yeah, I do have a mission that now I don't bother with the mission for the D4 blueprint because I've already got it. Now it's also a critical. So let's see if we do health real quick, which all my health officers are on the other mission. Let me just throw the nearest health officer, which is a green. It's a 10% chance. So I mean, it's not like that, you know, we've got this, you know, whoopty freaking dude 2 shards at a 10% chance. But yeah, ships, officers, once you get further in the away missions research tree, you can start unlocking a lot of those different things. But I do need to speed it up so I can get my officers back on my Enterprise. It's pretty embarrassing that I've got an OPC kill that I will not be surprised if this ends up on my Discord where they're calling me out for having 2 officers. It is kind of embarrassing. It is kind of embarrassing. So, my favorite character from each series. Oh man! All right, so the original series would be Spock. The Next Generation is Data. Star Trek Deep Space Nine is really tough for me, but I'm gonna go with Worf. But Dax is right there. I love Cisco, and honestly, I love DS9, but I have to go Worf. If we go to Voyager, that one's really tough for me, but probably the EMH. I love the EMH character. If we go into Star Trek Enterprise, probably Trip. If we go into Star Trek Discovery, that's tough for me, man, because some episodes I love Burnham, some episodes I hate Burnham, and she's obviously the central focus. But Tilly is probably my favorite character in Discovery. Picard is Picard. And even though I think 7 of 9 is better in Star Trek Picard than she was in Voyager, I love Picard in Picard. His character's growth. There's just some great cameos in there as well. Star Trek Lower Decks would, like, I want to say Boimler, but honestly, let that one finish before I give you a good one. Jason says tie between Tilly and Saru. I definitely feel that. DS9 Worf is a crybaby drama queen. Garrick is number 1. I mean, fair enough, Fielding. Garrick is an amazing character. If anything, if I had to say my favorite couple in Star Trek, Garrick and Bashir. My favorite couple in Star Trek. I don't care what you say. They're a better couple than Kirk and Spock. 100%. 7 of 9 hasn't been in enough Picard to reach favorite status yet. I think that's fair, Andrew. But season 2 coming out, we'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe Q becomes my favorite Picard character. We'll see. And O'Brien, that's another great one. That's another great one. You really like T'Pol in Enterprise? T'Pol was a good Vulcan. I think she was a very good Vulcan on a very meh show. DS9 Worf's growth is the best. Also, and Alfonsi would love to hear you say that. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I do think that Worf wasn't a big crybaby. I think we did see a lot of growth. If anything, TNG Worf was the big crybaby. TNG Worf was the very like, hey, here's the Klingon that we're going to beat up every episode and make a horrible father who doesn't have any emotional range. You know, I think DS9 Worf is way better written. Way better written. I used Pike, Beverly, and 6 of 10 on Armadas, and the results were huge. Any other crew loadouts? One, why are you running Pike, Beverly? You should, if nothing else, be running Picard, Beverly. Pike, why? I mean, the only 2 people really doing anything for you are Bev and 6 of 10. And, you know, Pike does work on Bev, like his ability, and we know Picard's does, inflates Bev's, which has helped raise your mitigation. But there's definitely better loadouts, I think, that you can run than that. It's just really random to hear that pairing, I guess. Really random. What are the odds we'll see a lower decks arc after TNG Arc 5? Oh, almost nothing. Almost nothing. You know, they have not put together anything really for lower decks, and while there are a couple of devs who really love Star Trek lower decks, like I do, including the dev who I've been talking to all month long about this arc, I don't see them making a lower decks theme for quite some time. I'd probably like a 2023 thing, to be real. Long way away. Long way away. You hated that there was a couple of episodes for DS9 was let's screw with O'Brien episode just for fun. I actually really like that. So, I love O'Brien though. Will 1 hour bubbles come back? RD Sec, what a fantastic question. What a fantastic question. And to be honest, I don't know. And for those that don't remember, because you'll see me have these 1 hour Peace Shields, those are mostly saved from years ago. And what happened was, back when the game first started, there was a $5 shield pack. $5 shield pack. And that $5 shield pack would give your alliance mates, everybody in your alliance would get a 1 hour shield from the $5 shield pack. And that has since become defunct. And it's been gone. For those of you who've been playing a while, how long has that been gone? I'd say early 2020. That pack disappeared and has never come back. And I've still got some 1 hour shields left over. Now, truth be told, you don't necessarily need it anymore because you do get 24 hours of shields in your dailies now. So it's not that pressing, honestly. But I do miss them because they come in handy. They come in handy for like if you're getting raided or something, or you are raiding and somebody's trying to defend by hitting your base. It was really nice to be able to just pop a 1 hour. It doesn't feel like I'm wasting time. You know, and then of course you can go into your store and buy more shields. And see, you'll start with the 4 hour ones. And you can buy all these, which I wish the 30-day was in here. I wish the 30-day was in there. But wait, do I have enough to buy the Cal Armada? No, I need one more to go buy that, I think. I need one more. Are the devs working on server transfers for any ops level? So yes, working on would imply that it's not already something the game is capable of. The game is already capable of taking any player that they want and moving them to another server. So it doesn't need to be worked on. It's just, will they implement it in the game? And I don't know that they will, to be honest with you. They don't need to develop it. It's already there. It's just, is it something that they think is, you know, worthy of being out there as an option? So you're down to your last 71 hour shields. Wow, Keith. Just brag about your wealth of riches over there. It's appreciated. Beverly and Picard with Chin and strong defense on lower decks is stronger than my level 10 Moreau Pike Chin. That shouldn't be the case unless you can just really overload that stat, Chris. But, I mean, yeah, test it out for yourself, see what works. Now, granted, I've got a higher than level 2 Moreau. Level 3 Moreau is where she really starts taking off. Call me TD. Fantasy football questions, maybe towards the end of the show when we're not doing as much Star Trek. Honestly, the best place to do that is my football Discord and my football YouTube channel. Because I have a whole nother channel that does football. We actually had my football podcast last night. So, and hey, Adnan, how are you doing? And good to see you as well, Michael and Lost Soul. What would you say is the best 4G PvP ship? Tribune, Hegtai, Pilum, and y'all can debate which one's your favorite. A lot of people are going to say the Pilum because it's a rare. It's the easier to get to. I love the high-end Tribunes and Hegtais. They're amazing. Obviously, only big spenders have access to those right now. But give me the Hegtai overall. Speed plus incredible power, it's my favorite. But Pilum is absolutely amazing, and the Tribune with burning is almost unstoppable. So, almost unstoppable. Frozen Major Rugby, that's correct. You're describing Rugby. What days do I stream? Basically every day, Adnan, whether it's on here or Twitch. So, Sunday nights, my time, 7 p.m., I'm here. Wednesdays and midday, I'm here. Monday night, I am on Twitch. Friday night, I'm on Twitch. Saturday, I'm generally on Twitch. And Thursday, midday, I'm usually on Twitch. And then Tuesday and Thursday nights, I'm over on my football channel streaming there. So, yeah, Vulcan, I'm not disagreeing that the Tribune is the best of the epics overall. But in terms of what my favorite is, like what's the one that I want to get out and play with? Pilum and Hegtai. Pilum and Hegtai. So, all right, we're going to switch this. And we're going to go ahead and speed up this away mission while we're sitting here. If your alliance doesn't get many alliance credits, it's hard to accumulate them, but I agree. Oh, no, I agree. One thing that I always recommend to people, and I know this is something that not everybody wants to do, but to be completely honest with you, it's better to be in a high-level alliance than to be in a low-level alliance that's just your friends. You can be friends with those people without being in their alliance, okay? It's best in this game to be in the highest level alliance that will allow you to be in there, in my opinion. I mean, I know it's not going to be a popular opinion. I get it. I'm not mad at y'all for not liking that opinion. But if you really want to know what's best for your game, high-level alliance for many reasons. If you can get into the top 3, top 5, your gameplay will be, not only will it improve by the quality, but the speed and what you can progress and upgrade in, much faster. Much faster. Oh, snap, we got a critical. Heck yeah. Ha-ha. Yeah. Woo. We got a critical. Look, y'all don't realize, 7,000 nano probes. That's where they're worth their weight in gold. I would pay lots of latinum to be able to just get random 7,000 nano probes. That's money right there. That is money. Oof. That just made my day. Like, that singular act has just made me happy. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. That makes Daddy a happy camper. That makes Daddy a very happy camper. All right, we need to get Khan back up here. Sweet. Dude, the lower deck's super important. My Franklin AWA with Bones and lower deck spot of Picard, Bev Talon to 37 to 1 run. I mean, yeah, lower decks is extremely important. And it's what stat can you stack that then you can then increase to take advantage of certain abilities, particularly mitigation abilities. But let's see. Oh, see. By the way, this is the guy that hit with 2 ships. Thank you for not calling me out for only having 2 officers. Shout out. I love it when you hit somebody OPC and they don't get mad. Love it. Your 1 of 10 costs 25,000 probes for the next tier. Chill out, dude. My 5 of 10 costs about 500,000 probes for the next tier. Call me when you're crying about that, because I am right now crying about it. I'm very much crying about that right now. So, and I've got multiple, like I'm saving for that for my 5 of 10 and my 6 of 10, but I've got 1 of 10, 7 of 10, 10 of 10, 9 of 10 that can all be upgraded, and I'm not touching them. I'm saving every little bit I get for these. I've got 5 of 10 at tier 3. I've got 6 of 10 at tier 2, and yeah, that's where a lot of my love is going right now. No idea what that is, Dim, but I guess it's good. I guess that's a good thing. Hopefully. Yikes. Whew. I will vouch for that because I have experienced this by playing on the EU server and then the US server. The alliance I'm in on the EU server only has 2 territories, whereas my alliance on US server has 5. And it's not just territories, to be completely honest with you. It's, to me, it comes down to as simple as things like this. These credits, the ability to go get, you know, These right here, alliance credits. This is one of the most important but least talked about currencies in this game. It's incredibly important to have a ton of these. It can increase the amount of officers that you're able to obtain. It helps you get relocation tokens, an extra one every day so you can go out and raid. It helps you always have shields for whenever. It helps you be able to take a break. You want to take a break from the game for a week? You need alliance credits to get a 7-day shield. I mean, this is probably one of the most important currencies in the game that we never really bring up. It's super valuable currency. So, yeah, big alliances are the only way to make that really happen, because you get, what, 50 a day? You get 50 a day through your dailies? It's awful. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah, exactly, Neil Yami. Like, when I'm in a top 2 or 3 alliance, I can get an extra 2 or 3 pulls of officers, which is awesome. I mean, that really helps. It really adds up. What crew should I run with a Franklin? Pipe and Road Talon. Generally speaking, Pipe and Road Talon. Is there any advantage to keeping a full lower deck on a crew loadout if you've already reached max bonus? Only if, Keith, you're using an officer that relies on stats, like 5 of 10, for example. If you've got 5 of 10, then you want to stack health as much as possible. Let's see, do I have 5 of 10 sitting here? Yeah, so like here's 5 of 10. You will simulate it is your hostile drop with resources, which I love, and then the captain's ability is increases your shield deflection, armor, and dodge by the health of the officers. You want to stack this as much as possible, as high as you could possibly go, even when you're past your 300%, but only if that's the case. You know, if you're just running a generic crew that does not rely on stats, then no, it's not needed. What to run on your Devore? Depends on how much Devore research you've done. If you've done enough Devore research to where you have more protected cargo than cargo capacity, then run a speed mining crew, like 1 of 10 or 10 of 10. And if you don't have that, then run a protected cargo crew. Like I'm running a protected cargo crew right now, because actually I'm not. I am actually just running a whatever crew. The protected cargo crew is on the botany bay. So my botany bay has got 3 protected cargo officers on it right now. I've got Firewall with Joaquin. I've got the hidden stash with Raphael Dupont, and then with T'Pring, I've got another hidden stash. So I'm going with protected cargo on the botany bay. Right now, I am a hella OPC on the Devore. Please, y'all don't come pop me. I'm just trying to get some Latinum. And thank you, Jason. If you think my energy is great here, you should see the energy on the Twitch stream, man. Though I don't know if, I guess it's a completely different rev. I don't know if you'd like the energy on the Twitch stream. It's really weird, man. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, now y'all made me self-conscious. I'm going to run back out there and then probably die now. Probably die. Have there been any beneficial conversations about sourcing active nanoprobes and making it easier, almost like independent credits? There have been, and yeah, chill out. When I'm not running an OPC loadout, my Devore has not had a ton of research put behind it. I'll be honest, I put most of my research into attack ships and stuff, which is why my Enterprise is sitting here at a cool 4.7. I have focused on Explorer, PvP. That's been like my primary research focus, so I've got to catch up. And my goodness, the PC version of this game is beautiful, y'all. Look at this. Look at these. Oh my gosh. This is a fantastic, beautiful shot. Oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, the PC version of this game. Oh my gosh, that is just so gorgeous. This is why I like collecting ships. Like you can actually make out the look at the red lines and the markings and the windows. Oh my goodness. Now I want to look at more ships. What else do we got over here? Look at my tore up Constellation class. Look at the details. Look at the details. Oh man, it's awesome. Bistro, somebody did drop the PC link, I think, but I can drop it again if Lost and Found sends it to me. But if somebody can grab that, it's appreciated. I don't have it handy right now. You're watching on a 50-inch TV. That ship looks amazing. Exactly, Robert. Thank you, Miss Amelia. I will check right now. Oh, you sweet. Thank you. All right, got the link. All right, here's the PC link for those that don't have the PC version of the game. Is the Intrepid good? Short answer, no. Long answer, if you max it out, yes, it's solid. And you can see all the panels. Now, the damage, I think they did a good job on the damage to the ship. I think they did a really good job. Now, the funny thing is they've got the warp nacelles destroyed, but they still expect this thing to be going to warp. The only thing working is, you know, the impulse engines, and then I guess you could say that this one warp nacelle is working. But she's definitely battle damaged. But, man, the detail on the battle damage is fantastic. Fantastic. You really, really appreciate it when, you know, you've got the PC version because the graphics are just so intense. You know, but, like, look at the auger. The auger has amazing details, like the shadowing on the inside, the lighting. You can see all these little lines and panels that they added for texture that you don't normally see on your phone and stuff. The wings are so vibrant. Anyway, I didn't mean to just be sitting here gushing over the quality of the PC version. It just kind of happened. It's like, yeah, it just kind of happened. Hey, good afternoon there, Dustin. PC version with the mod is like a new game. Yeah, it is. Shout out to Ripper's Mod. Now, I'm not running it at the moment simply because, well, I haven't just taken the time to install it. And for me, I like to show the game in the format that most people are familiar with. But I have, you know, run Ripper's Mod, except I was doing it in BlueStacks, so a similar setup, just not Ripper's Mod specifically. But yeah, it really makes the game a lot of fun. Let's see. Thoughts on maxing my Centurion or getting the Gladius and focusing on that? Well, that's kind of up to you, Miss Amelia. Centurion can carry you for a long time. Gladius is a really good PvE grinder. I've got a tier 8 Gladius. What is my Gladius at? Yeah, I've got a tier 8 Gladius, and you know, the secret weapon makes it really good. It's a nice little bonus. So if y'all remember, the ship skin for the ISS Jelly is basically a 75% bonus. Well, for fighting hostiles, it's the same thing as the natural ship ability of the Gladius. So it's nice to have that. It's a good little PvE grinder. It's decent in PvP. The Burrell's my favorite PvP of the rares. And it's not going to eat up a ton of resources if you're wanting to go for like an Enterprise. But if you're wanting to go for a D4, which is quietly like the best PvP ship in the 30s, then it will suck that up. So you got to plan what you're wanting to go for. What are you wanting to go for? If you're wanting to go for the D4 because you love PvP, don't build the Gladius. If you're just trying to get a better PvE ship and then also just a better ship in general, then yeah, it's a really good ship. D4 is definitely not garbage, Lost and Found, and you're garbage if you think that. I know Lost and Found, so I can insult him. D4 is an amazing PvP ship. Very good. Do you think they'll run the Vidar skin event and the Jelly skin event? Don't know, Sammy, but I am asking. I want them to. I want them to. Oh, man. I love good correspondence with people. I love good correspondence. Any of these go OPC yet? Nope. I have Marcus tier 3, Kang and Char tier 2, and enough patterns to get Marcus to tier 4. Would you recommend working on Marcus to 5 or getting them all to 4 first? Good question, Jason. On your server, what is the most prevalent ship that you have to fight? Generally, I recommend maxing out Marcus quickly because you fight Enterprises and ISS Jellies all the time. All the time. So Marcus is the most beneficial. If you find that there are just a ton of augers, there's a ton of D4s, you know, Kelvins, Katingas, then yeah, you want to get, you know, Sharvanik and Kang up to tier 4. Because tier 4 is where they really start being effective. And, you know, unless somebody's got a specific loadout to counter them, you're probably going to win. But Marcus is just the best. A 60 per 100% Marcus will wipe out almost any Explorer, so, assuming you're somewhat similar in power. It's a very, very good loadout. Very good loadout. Oh, man, look at the mining speeds of these two ships. Going head-to-head right now. It's pretty impressive. You have a max D3 and a tier 6 Saladin and an Ops 32. Should I get the Centurion or wait? Kenny, I'd wait, honestly. I mean, you don't need a Centurion. I would just continue to max out that Sally and then pick you up an Enterprise just to offset the fact that you got a Saladin. Augers are an extremely good ship. Augers are my favorite Armada ship. And a lot of that's just bias, I guess. But love that. Mark says, Riker's OP for Armadas. You think it's better to give him full synergy than use other Armadas? I do not think it's better to give him full synergy. And his OP-ness is relative to where you are in the game. He's not OP in the 40s. I think there's better options in like the high 40s for Armada crews, but 20s and 30s, Riker's really useful. But I mean, if I've got a decent 6 of 10, I'd rather have that than full Riker synergy. But if you can run like Riker Beverly 6, it's a really good loadout. So I still am very partial to my 5-6 runs because I love the extra cargo and I am greedy. But with my Armadas, I love extra cargo. I did, Rich. I did. And very nice, John. Happy to have helped you with that link. You like playing the PC version because it's a different storyline? Nope. Same storyline, Tyrone. There's no difference between the PC version and the Apple versions. The storyline is identical. Riker, Bev, Lorca on a D4. Now that's OP. No. But it's okay. It's good. It's a good crew. It's not OP. It's not OP. It's a good crew, though. It's a very good crew. It's not OP. 6 of 10 is always the OP. 6 of 10 is always the OP. Just hit some OPC next door to you. Uh-oh, Soprano. Is that your way of warning me that you're coming from my Devore? Is that your way of warning me? I feel warned. I feel warned. Has there or will there be a Star Trek Enterprise storyline? There's not been one yet, Jason Miller. It is going to happen. With it being not only later in terms of when it launched as a series, but also less popular, it's probably not going to come soon. I mean, Deep Space Nine and Voyager, for many reasons, are probably the next up. But probably the next up. Use Riker, Picard, Khan. Yeah, that's fine. I'm assuming that you've got Picard on the side, and then you've got Riker as captain in that one, Dragonlord. Beverly's my real favorite, but sadly, my Beverly is just not high enough. But you get like a tier 3 Beverly, and you start stacking stats for her. She's a really nice Armada officer. She's simply making you live longer and helping your defense. But I've still got a tier 1, and I am 50 shards away from tier 2. So sadly, my Beverly is not that useful right now. Not that useful. Good evening. Have 10,000 uncommon crystal doing nothing. Wouldn't it be nice if we had the option to change that? Matthew, you should certainly be using that crystal. And I'll tell you what to use it on. Maxing D3s and scrapping them. You should definitely be using, definitely be using it. Definitely be using that crystal. Scrap and max. Even if you don't think you need it, be scrapping and maxing ships. Everybody needs to get in the habit of building and scrapping ships. And everybody's like, well, Rev, you're not scrapping one right now. Oh, you are right. However, watch this. Tier 8 Legionary. Getting ready. Right there. Tier 6 D3. Getting ready. Right there. Brand new Tier 2 Mayflower. So I have got 3 ships working on leveling them up so that I can max and scrap. So, yes, be maxing and scrapping ships. If you got 10,000 uncommon crystal, get that joker to work. Get it to work. Hey, B. Teeling, how you doing? Now, if you just want to give me the 10,000 uncommon crystal, I will gladly take it because my D3 needs it. My D3 is still low, and I can't even afford to max out my Legionary right now because, well, one, I wait for events, but like, where's my, let's pull out the D3. What do I need D3 wise to take it up a couple tiers? So upgrade, I've done 2 pieces. Oh, we're into the rare stage now, so I'm good. I think only this costs the uncommon, but still need lots of commons and trit. But we need an event to come around. Another leaderboard event. No one is casually sitting on 10,000 crystal. Well, apparently they are. Somebody literally just said they were. And no harmonica loot. D3 Mayflower and Legionary blueprints do not drop in the game. They do not have those available via hostile. Scrap Envoy, sir, you are failing. Drew, while that is viable, I am more focused on getting the big ship stuff because I'm preparing to go into the 40s probably within a month. You know, I'm gonna be hitting that button pretty soon. So I'm pretty soon. So I'm preparing for 4-star right now. So most of the stuff that I'm getting is spending on the researches that I need to catch up, and then getting ready to build ships in the 40s and do base upgrades in the 40s. When scrapping ships, you need to upgrade the ship XP as well as the components. Yes, Gary. So the rewards that you get from scrapping are based on the ship XP level. So you want to max out that ship's XP to get the maximum rewards. If you just take it to tier 9 and it's like level 7, you're going to get almost nothing in return, which is really depressing. And hey, Dragon Keeper, good to see you. Good to see you. You started to mention Rogue Rep when describing another way to get chin shards. Lad is the other way. You mentioned this on the camping video, but stopped short describing the other method. On the Rogue one? I'm not sure what I could have been referring to. I think I was talking about something else while also talking about that. The only thing I can think of is I was talking about maxing out officers in general, but no clue on what. There's not a rogue method to get chin that I could think of. I think I was just talking about maxing out officers in general at that stage. So you're getting your rep up to buy the Katinga, then switch over to Rom while leveling up your Pilum, or leveling for your Pilum. Nice, Omar. Nice. That's not a bad idea. I was the one who sent you the screenshot of what old man sent the other day. Did you already know about it? John, I've already forgotten about what you sent me, so you'd have to resend it. Odds are probably yes, but I get way too many messages every day. Any other interceptor worthy to max out after the Saladin and the Vidar? The Pilum, the D4, the Hegta, all very, very good. Honestly, the interceptors, if you wanted to go like a ship type path that always stays pretty good, interceptor. There's really not a bad interceptor in the game. Seriously. Like the Vidar, great. Saladin, great. Gladius, good, even if not great. D4, great. Pilum, great. Kelvin, okay, Kelvin's kind of meh, but it's even not, Kelvin's not bad, it's just meh. Pilum, great. Hegta, great. I mean, it's, if you just want to be like, hey, I like interceptors only, they're really, really good. All right, John, I'll look real quick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely already knew that. Yeah. John, we've actually been talking about that on this channel for a while. You're level 32. How many maxed horizons would you recommend? 1 or 2. Unless you're just a really devout raider. But part of the reason that I like to have multiple horizons was things like being able to throw them on lat nodes and being able to throw them on isogen and mine that really, decently quickly with low repair costs. Now with the Meridian out, there's not as much need, but base rating still nice to have a couple of those. And then as you work towards getting your faction miners. Hey, how you doing, John Trek? You missed everything. Yeah, we've been streaming an hour already. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. And you missed all the good stuff. We have nothing but bad information now. Which of the G4 faction miners you like the best? Literally none of them. They're all overpriced behemoths that don't really do much for you. I don't recommend them until the mid or high 40s anyway. And then it like I said, doesn't matter. Pick which one you like. They base out to the same thing. The only difference is they actually changed the upgrades to where if you're going to upgrade them, instead of them all costing crystal. And I'll go pull up some of the prices for you real quick. So let's just do the Vortivore just to give you a price example. So the Vortivore is the Romulan one with the ore mining laser. And it's going to take, and they finally balanced this out. So its primary is ore and then crystal is its secondary. So it is very nice that they made it to where the actual miners focus on needing the materials that they mine the best of, instead of them being all crystal like the level 32 faction miners are. But it's more of just kind of like pick which one that you're not currently using to upgrade a ship, I guess. Level 28 with only 4.7k Fed credits in the Saladin in my store is 50 BPs. I think I'm going to need to go for it. Yikes, Dev. I would not spend money on that, man. That's up to you. It's your money. But honestly, grind out your Vidar and grind out credits. I mean, I would not spend the money on because I know how much that costs. You're going to be spending $100 to get that. That's not worth it, in my opinion. But dude, if you will enjoy it, go for it. Tough Cow says, Rev, if the Battle Pass had an away team's speed ups and less warfare was bad like the others, would you have given the Arc an F? Totally. Yeah, if the Battle Pass was bad, Arc 4 would have been an F for me. The Battle Pass was not bad, though. The battle pass was okay. Well, I did call the battle pass good, but if it would have been set up badly, then the arc would have been a total failure, complete loss. Write it off, start over, better be better next month. It would have been awful. Thankfully, that was not the case, though. Is there any way to speed up the tier 5 and tier 6 Stella plutonium grind? Nope. It's one of the many reasons that most people hate the Stella. DJ is one of the few people who is an ardent Stella lover, and I love him for it, and I give him credit for loving it. That Stella is the worst grind in the game, and now at least that grind pays out. Like, the research tree does have a lot of good in it, especially in the 40s and stuff. But man, it's just a grind. Get to grinding, man. Every day. Every day. And even I'm finally getting to the point where I'm catching up on that. I'm finally putting a little bit of love into my Stella every day to catch up on that. So let's see what else we got on the question list. Got to 39. I need 2200 2-star crystal for my 5th dock. The game will not let me buy a 2-star for the dock with lat. Any suggestions to get 2-star faster? Grind it out. Go mine it. Yeah, it's I don't know why though, because is it uncommon crystal it needs? I thought it was just common. I could have sworn it was. But yeah. It's been a while since I hit that 39 upgrade on my dock. The blue goo grind? Yikes. Yeah. It's pretty rough. And what's awful is that there's the timer. Like, it makes no sense to me that we have things like, you see, I've got my rare uranium timer running right now. It makes no sense that there's a rare uranium timer. It's uncommon. Thanks, Zimmer. Thanks. I guess I've just forgotten. Why is this uncommon? Like, what's the purpose of this? Why? Why is there a timer? And they all have a timer. Why? Like, this has a timer. This has a timer. Why? Why does it need to have a timer? It makes you're purposely slowing down gameplay for what? For what? Which, by the way, epic uranium, come to daddy. Yay! There's a purple goo to go with all my goos, and hey, there we go, a 21-hour timer. Yay! Love it. Thank you so much, James. I mean, sure, I guess you could argue making a thing for everything. Man, exocomps are pretty boring, so I don't really think about how do I make it better. It's just a crappy, boring system. 140 of 150 on the Enterprise blueprints. Another uncommon graveyard next to the auger. Hey, 50,000 gas is all you need, man. 50,000 uncommon gas, not counting efficiency researches. Not counting efficiency researches. What level ops do you need to be to get 3-star resources from the battle pass? It's somewhere in the 20s. I think it's pretty early in the 20s. It's pretty early in the 20s, Dragon. I would have to log in on the next battle pass to one of my low-level accounts and take a look. But since the battle pass has already ended, I can't tell you off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure it's like 20, maybe 22. But as soon as you hit level 20 is when the 3-star market should start opening up for you. Have we ever gotten an answer on why there are certain times on certain pulls? If I remember right, we got like a really roundabout answer that was basically just a, well, this is just how things is type deal. Yeah, you didn't get like a straight good answer. You just got an answer. Are we going to get a Curon or Harrison auction soon? No idea, Overdrive. No idea at all. No idea. To do 2-star exocomps only work for 2-star ships? No, they work. They're just 2-star power level B. And that's the level that you can start. So, like, I've got a bunch of 3-star exocomps that I haven't been able to use until I level up my building. So that's just the ranking of the exocomp. That's all that is. And how high of a level that you can actually run. And the details, yeah, I forgot. The details doesn't actually tell you that. So I'd have to put the graphic back up on the screen that kind of explain that detail in. Cryo, I'm going to push for a bonus refinery this arc, like I did 2 arcs ago. I managed to get it 2 arcs ago. It still might be too soon for them, but I will push for another bonus refinery. I will try to get another one by the end of the year. My goal is to get the game another bonus refinery by November, December. I'm going to start pushing next month, which is going to be September. but my goal is to do it by the end of the year. I feel like that's a realistic goal. If they give it to me in September, I'm just going to feel like taken aback and in shock. But I'm really going to push for at least one more before the year ends. You said it'll be a Christmas thing, Andrew? Possibly. But I'm going to use whatever logic I can to justify it. But I will be attempting that, as y'all are always, asking. Not just people like me. DJ does a great job. The moderators on Discord do a great job. We all try to get the things that you need. So I'm just going to try to focus on that and see if we can push it through like we did the last time. And shout out to whoever just hit my OPC Devore. Who got it? Shout out Big E with his ISS jelly. Can he even take all the lat that I was OPC on? I was OPC a lot. Yeah, he only got 55,000 of it. Yeah, it's shout out Biggie. And repair. Your Latinum video was spot on. Thank you. I do try to, and the Latinum video was just spurned to talking to players in the 20s, 30s, 40s, everywhere. It's just universally frustrating. Universally frustrating. Getting stream sniped. You settle for a Tiger core for the other factions. Flange, that won't happen, so just keep settling. The Tiger core is not supposed to be that way anyway, but people would just, including whales, would riot if they changed it. Crucible of War, Apex, and faction hunts are getting dull. Ball. Hey, V ready. How you doing, man? Ball. Well, I agree that, we've seen a lot of it, and it may be dull. I definitely look forward to it. I love getting my Crucible of War so I can get my Armada pack and that I can get more uncommon. So it's just, and while I do think that those rewards need to be updated because the rewards are not that great in those particular packs anymore, I still want them. I just want them to be better. How many daily tokens do you need for a full Devore? You need, what, 6 months? Is that what it is? Here, let's look. Or is it 12 months? Geez, it's been a while. 12 months. So, yikes. That's a lot. You need a lot. Yeah, 720, right? Oof. All right, not 720. It'd be, what, 360. But anyway. 12 months worth. That's a big yikes. It's a big yikes. I feel like the UI changes to fix math and notifications Ripper did in under a week by himself says a lot about the Scopely dev team. I really think they could do better, but don't as long as money. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think money has anything to do with that. I think that's just pure laziness, to be honest with you. I think that's just lazy. So, I don't think it has anything to do with money. That's just me calling them out and saying, hey, that's lazy. That's lazy game development. Which, by the way, if you are watching right now, you know that I'm definitely not lazy. I'm definitely not lazy. And if you'd like to support the channel so that I can do more content like this and support y'all and you support me, hit that PayPal link, Venmo, Cash App, Patreon. We got many ways for you to help out, and it's all greatly appreciated. None of it's required, but we do appreciate it. What the heck? Random email. Okay. What? Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. I completely brain farted. I just got an email. Anyway, if y'all like to support the channel, it is greatly appreciated. And I can't do what I do without y'all. So if y'all like to hit up the PayPal, Venmo, $5, $10, $20, $1 million, all of it helps. All of it matters. And yes, I am being the content creator asking for y'all to donate because that's the only way I can make a living. So it's greatly appreciated if you do, and you're still loved if you don't. And remember, every $20 or greater donation gets your name on the house fund because we are trying to get a down payment set aside for a house. What do you need to take down a level 49 in Soul System? You need your auger to be a little bit higher than tier 6, and you need maxed chin with Pike Moreau. Pike Moreau, max chin, and probably a tier 8-ish, maybe tier 7.5, depending on research, to take down a regular transport in one of the capital systems. And V-Ready, I haven't used up all my loyalty tokens. I just didn't have a ton on this account. I did use some of them just because I needed the uncommon for some events. But so I can't say that I didn't use any. I have used some for some events because I needed the uncommon. But yeah, I don't fly through a lot of them. There was also a point where I was really lazy for a couple months where I did not finish my dailies every day just because I had too many accounts running. And nice, Akalal. I mean, we'll welcome you back when you come back. 3 million auger will do it with PMC. A 3 million auger will be, depending on research, tier 8. So you're going to need it to be tiered up a little bit. You feel like, hey, it's working, people are paying, so they don't bother. Well, it's not about the people are paying, they don't bother. It's just that one's just lazy. It's just like if you complain to the right people, I'm sure it would get fixed. You know what I mean? Question with a statement. They released the sarcophagus battleship. They released the Franklin A Explorer. They released the Meridian. Where's the interceptor? That would be the Vidar. The Vidar is your interceptor. The Vidar is your interceptor. But you are right, Dragon. They do work in a cycle. They do work in a cycle. So Death Star dropped a $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Says logic. There's no reason to not run a bonus refinery every month. There is a reason to not. And to be honest, it doesn't imbalance the game by putting those mats in. I feel like it would help getting to the end game and spinners to spin. Well, the end game is dead. There's nothing end game. There's not an end game in this game. And the reason that you do not get such an economy infusion is they want to incentivize you to pay to buy the uncommons that you need to do whatever you're wanting to do. That is why. That is why you don't get just a massive infusion all the time. It's to incentivize spending. You have a 3.26 million auger at tier 6.8, so basically tier 7. So Andrew, that means that you've got probably a good bit of your research done. A good bit of your research done to be that strong of an auger. I mean, my auger out is 3.8. Now, granted, I don't have almost any, I have very little battleship research done. I'm going to have to turn this off while I'm grinding because that's going to get annoying. But I do not have near as much battleship research done as I do Explorer because I focused on my ISS Jelly and my Enterprise. So my auger is tier 8, but only 3.8 million power out. So, but I've just not done a lot of the research. Now, I have done some of it. I'm not saying I've done any, but like I've maxed out a lot of my Explorer research. A tier 6 or tier 7 auger can be 3 million. I'm not denying that, Zimmer, but you have to do a good amount of research to do that. And that's why I said at the very beginning, depending on research. So everybody trying to catch me and correct me, literally depending on research. Is there a Romulan equal to Tiger Core? Nope. Nor is there a Federation one if you're about to ask that question next. Negative Nancy to both of those. Just hit the miner below you for 34k OPC. Nice, Soprano. Very nice. You get, let's see, what other questions do we have about the game? Looking around. All right, there's like no questions right now. Okay. You love Steve Hofstadter's response. Thanks for incorrecting me. I don't even know who that is. But yes, shout out to Steve Hofstadter. Who is that? Sounds like somebody I should know. Like I should be informed enough to recognize that name. No idea who that is. He's a comedian. Yeah, believe it or not, I don't have a lot of time to watch, anything really. But I should look into it. The last comedian that I watched was Bill Burr. That was the last comedian that I watched a special on. It was Bill Burr. When's the next Borg event? No clue. No idea. Do you have any clues on when the TNG TOS officers are going to be regular sourcing? Nope. Negative. Literally the last time they ran the TOS event, the dev told me that he had no idea that they said they were never running that type of event again. So they don't have anything nailed down. They say that that's a priority, that they're working to try to find a better way for officer sourcing. But yeah, they don't even know, so I definitely don't know. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lonnie. And Chris says, I'd love to see another resource to have double speed node procs like Latinoms do. You kind of have that, Carissa, already. in territory space, and then the token systems, where those will mine at double speed compared to some of the other systems, like the regular, like Nicosa. If a player doesn't join Alliance, can he still progress in the game? Yes, he can, but at a very slow rate. Being an Alliance helps out a lot. Repair my base. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. You're talking to somebody else. It's like, somebody hit my base? That'd be bad. Yeah, shout out to Big E. I know he watches the stream. I don't blame him for taking all the OPC. And the divorce cheap to repair. Like, if I had a Vortivore that he just popped, I'd be pretty upset. But no big deal. Surreal, there's no answer for that. It just is what it is. I mean, technically there's an answer, but not the answer you're looking for. There is an answer of why Tycho Core is like that way. There's not an answer of why it's the only one. It's just... When will new officers be added to the pattern store? So the last update I had on that is I've talked to one of the devs who's working on that project 2 months ago. And there were 2 officers in particular that they were looking at adding. But essentially what it came down to is they wanted there to be a time scale because they had just added the Mud officers and Eurydice. So they wanted there to be sufficient time to have passed before adding a new set to the TP store. But they didn't give me a timetable of when that was going to be. So, and dang it, I want to kill your Intrepid Triumph Spitfire. I want to... Oh, man. I could totally kill your crappy little Intrepid. I could totally... Don't you take that 39. I will kill you. All right. Yeah. You know, daggone well I need that 39. Sorry. Do you think Scopely will do anything Star Trek Day in September? I hope so. I need to really sit down with whoever is going to be the dev next month. And I don't know who it is yet, or the dev team working on a lot of the stuff next month to try to set that up. Because it's literally 2 weeks from today. For those that don't know Star Trek Day, it's 2 weeks from today. It's crazy how time starts flying. But like when I talked to them about Lower Decks coming out, they had, you know, completely like just mind slipped that a new season had started for Star Trek. So my goal is to remind them of that, to point that out to them and everything. So I will try to remember to do that when the next time I message them. But yes, that's a very... And be generous on Star Trek Day? Doubtful. Doubtful. Flange, no, I cannot tell you which 2 officers they were considering because they specifically told me do not tell anybody what 2 officers. So I did put out a hint to what 2 officers they were in my Captain's Quarters channel, but it was a pretty vague hint that you probably wouldn't be able to guess anyway. But I did put out a hint to who it was in my office, in my channel that for my supporters. What's the highest level hostile in regular space? 41s. Yeah, 41s. I'm not counting the capital systems, Kenny. But yes, technically the 50s in, well, the 49s in Sol, Kronos, and Romulus are the higher. But those typically aren't places people just go to grind. It's typically not where people just go to grind. And speaking of ISS Jelly blueprints, I have gotten, I think I'm at like 1/3, 1/4 of the way to another ISS Jelly from running armadas with different alliances. Yeah, I'm at 43 out of 120 on another ISS Jelly. And that's just from running armadas with different alliances. What am I going to do with the second ISS Jelly, you ask? Nothing. But I can have it. It'll be mine. It'll be my friend. Research speed ups, where I'm at right now, Tycho Core. Best place to do it. I haven't gotten a lot of boxes yet, but I'll open up some boxes in a second and you can see some of the things that I get from hunting in Tycho Core. You're not taking out 49s of capitals. That's why I didn't mention those, because those 3 systems, most people like 39s don't even go and farm in Sol and everything. And there's no point to anyway, because the drop rates have been jacked with. They don't really pay out that great. Oh man, I had a really rough run there on the RNG. The ISS scrapping level? I don't even know. Can you? I don't think you can scrap that at level 50. I'll look at it. I don't think you can. Why would you want to scrap it? Because I'm not maxing that Joker out anyway. Let me see if it's got a listed scrap level. I don't think it's possible to scrap that in the game right now. There's nothing listed on STFC.space. And oh, it actually says this ship cannot be scrapped. It says on STFC.space you can't. V-Ready says you can't. Oh, Kane. I was like, what are you saying? I was pretty sure you couldn't scrap it. But yeah, V-Ready, what are we going to do with all the jellies? Wood cannon, if you've got the Voclus and Kumari just sitting around, you can go ahead and scrap them because you'll never need them again. But there's no point in building Voclus and Kumaris to scrap them. You'll just be wasting 3-star. So there's not a reason to actively be building Kumaris. If you've got them, go ahead and do it. Michael, I do not have one handy. It's in Ripper's Discord. And if you do a quick ping in my Discord, somebody can shoot you the link. I don't have it handy with me, though. Off 75. There you go, lost and found. We'll be able to scrap it in a couple years. And dang it, is that stupid Intrepid again? At least it's somebody different. At least it's somebody different. Oh, I'll go for this one. Stupid slow times here on the flights. And no, you cannot scrap hijacked ships. So do not build hijacked ships unless you just want to collect hijacked ships. Do not build hijacked ships unless you just want to collect them, okay? They literally will not help you. They will not do anything for you. Is there a difference in payout between Ops 34 and 35 for chests you buy with Armada credits? Ooh, yeah, I want to say yes. We've got that chart. Lost and found, do you have that chart handy? I know KMA's got that chart. I used to have it saved on my desktop, but I've got it in a folder somewhere. Do you have that handy, the chart, Lost and Found? I also think it's saved in Star Trek and the FCFC channel somewhere. It might be in my Discord's Armada channel. Let me look real quick. If not, I know it's in the KMA, and we can pull it up for you. Let me see. No, I have not pinned it in the Armada channel. So, Lost and Found, if you can grab that, we have the Armada loot table levels saved in the KMA. It's either 35 or 36 that it changes. 35 or 36. Never stop mining or refining G2 crystal. I mean, there's an argument for that. Maybe not at my level, but there is an argument to just like leave a miner overnight mining that, because who's going to come crack you for G2 crystal? I mean, you'd have to be at war and somebody just like really didn't like you to be making that happen. Okay. All right, now our spawn's not happening. What's up with that? What about lower level research speed ups for level 25 from Samantha? So there's not like a special system for a player that low to just get extra, but hunting hostiles will drop regular speed ups. You can also use Latinum for that. Make sure you're doing your dailies to get some speed ups. But besides that, at level 25, you can't really go to like a special system that gives you just really good drops. So like here's 20 chests. Most of these should be Tygo Core. And there's a 5-hour speed up, a Burrell, a Cavort, almost 100,000 officer XP. And obviously these are not all Tygo Core because that Federation message just randomly, that's from a scout. I didn't even realize I killed at some point. Where was the hint in the captain's quarters? Oh, Vulcan, it's been a while. It's been, I mean, like I said, that was months ago, Vulcan. That was months ago. But no, I'm not gonna, I don't want to say a hint on here because I was asked not to. Captain's quarters got a very vague one, and I'll just leave it at that. But I will try to get an answer on that in our next dev meeting, and we'll see. But would you recommend staying at 30 until after Arc 5 to place for new officers? Nope, would not. Why would the station not be able to store its dilithium and titanium in the more protected locations compared to the Parsteel? I don't even understand what you're asking, Tomb World. Sean says it's less than a day until my Legionary scrap. Shout out to whoever just popped my OPC Botany Bay. Firestorms, nice, good job, buddy. Good job. And why no Kirk? Why no Kirk, Firestorm? Why are you not running Kirk on your Enterprise? You have no morale. I could kill you with my auger. Anyway. Oh, okay, Tomb World. I guess that makes more sense now. I mean, I guess I can't critique people's crews too badly this episode. I did literally OPC hunt somebody with 2 officers on mine, but at least one of them was a morale officer. So, my Enterprise at least had morale. Gosh, I'm not that much of a noob. Post an FCS General and Armada's channel. Thank you, and I will pin it in the Armada's channel. So for those who asked about the levels of when it changes for the Armada loot chest, Firefox, stop asking me to choose a theme. What do you think you're doing, sir? It is 36 and 37. It changes. 34 and 35 are identical. 36 and 37 is where the chest level, the chest loot table changes. Yeah, I hunt OPC everywhere. Like, if there's OPC in existence, it's my goal to find it and stamp it out. You know, and I feel like I'm doing the world a service, to be honest with you. So. Next arc, we get ship blueprints, right? Are you asking about if we're getting an event store? If, in fact, this next arc is the last arc, then yes, we will get an event store, which will then let you get ship BPs. We haven't had that confirmed yet. I'm hoping to have my conversation with the team here soon and get that confirmed, but we shall wait and see. We shall wait and see. Speaking of, I need to message Ares while we're here. He's probably off already. Let me see. Message one of the janitors. Ask them. The big thing for the next arc is the event store. I mean, I believe it is. And as long as the officers are in there, that's what I'm going to focus on. And that's what I normally recommend people focus on anyway. Getting officers like Beverly upgraded is going to be something that I really want to do. We'll see if there's a ship available. Can you pay LAT to upgrade the Saladin? No. Nope. You can only use Latinum to buy common stuff. You cannot use it to buy uncommon. So, I mean, I guess, yes, you could say that you could upgrade your Saladin early on, like the first couple tiers, but you can't, like, forever upgrade it with Latinum. Since the TNG portion is so long, could they allow full ship BP purchases this time? It's a great question, Tomb World. I'm going to tell you that I doubt it just based on how they typically are. But the answer is they probably should. I think that's a very good idea. I still doubt that it would happen, but I do think that that's how it should be set up. Collect all my boxes, get my daily done. Hey, 4-hour shield, Axion chips, yay. Many of my Alliance team members are asking for the Jelly and Epic G3 skin shards to be in the event store. Would you mind suggesting that, please? Not at all. I will gladly, you know, if I remember. But yes. Yes. I mean, y'all also got to keep in mind that I can't literally ask every question y'all give me. I mean, I get asked every day many things. Can you go ask the devs this? I can't ask them literally everything. But general things that are highly requested, like ship skins and things like that, then yes, I'll definitely hear that feedback and take that to them. But I can't promise each of your individual questions are going to get put in front of a dev. So, and to be honest, that's not my job. My job's not to give you individually dev access, but to take cumulatively all of the community that I can and press on what are some really big issues and what are some big questions and try to go from there. And I'm not trying to say, please don't tell me things. I want y'all to send questions to me, but I just want y'all to know that I can't get literally everything that you ask done. You know, there's not enough time in the day to sit down and send every question people have to devs. Y'all have a lot of questions. Yeah, no, Tim, no, for sure. I just want to make it, because I don't want people to feel like their question is getting ignored either. But like if they're the only person asking, or if it's a one-off, I don't want people to, you know, like I said, I just want there to be the right expectation. You know, does that make sense? The jelly is in the event store all the time. Mike, what you talking about? The actual event? because it's not in like the Cosmic Cleanup event store. And random messages being sent to me. Why not? I just got the attack notification of my botany baby and destroyed. Literally like 5 minutes later on my phone. Thanks. Appreciate it, Scopely. Greatly appreciated your prompt notification system there. Very useful. Very, very useful. What happened to the all-powerful Rev Deuce? Yeah. Hey, look, I've never tried to call myself all-powerful. I mean, I love being a conduit for the community. But we are talking about Scopely here, y'all. We are talking about Scopely. James says, want more diplomacy options rather than friendly, allied, and enemy. Or just make everybody an enemy. Makes it so much easier. Makes it so much easier. Please, please, please keep requesting that they update the refinery pools. Nick, that's not going to happen, sir. So stop asking. It's not going to happen. They're not going to make the refinery good. You're never going to have the refinery be good. This is not. They've already made it very clear. The updates they're doing to give you more uncommon are events. Events are where you're getting a lot more uncommon than before. The refinery is never going to be good. And it's not that I'm saying that I guess you shouldn't ask. Sure, ask. But they keep giving people more uncommon, but they're giving it to you in events. They're making you work for it. They're not going to make the refinery easy. It's not. What roadmap items are still up to complete? There is nothing left on the roadmap that they posted 6 months ago that is left. Now, there are a couple things on the roadmap that they've posted privately to certain people, like a certain VIP room and stuff. And there are... Here, I'll pull it up real quick. I've actually got the list. Let me pull up the roadmap, the updated roadmap, I guess I'll call it, because the roadmap that y'all saw get posted on their website has not been updated. And let me see. I got to scroll back a little bit of a ways because this has been a while. The updated roadmap I got was about a month and a half ago, I think. A month ago. Here, I'm searching for y'all. I promise. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just not looking at the screen because I'm literally just scrolling through a Discord to find it. Okay, here we go. I've got it. All right, so here are some things that are on the new roadmap. And I'm not going to give you everything because you've got to be part of the captain's quarters to get all the juice. I'm just kidding. But I do appreciate all those who support the channel through donations. Okay, so that one was already done. Something I mentioned in yesterday's video about loyalty chests being updated. That's on the roadmap. Photon tokens coming app. That is on the roadmap as well. They already finished that one on the updated roadmap. They finished that one. That one's kind of ambiguous. Yeah, they're definitely not working on that one. Supposedly on their new roadmap is grinding and time in game is being worked on. I've yet to see that. And this was literally 2 months ago. But anyway, there's a couple of big things on the roadmap for you to just think about, ponder on, envision. When do you think we'll see the next public roadmap update? They've been pretty good about every 6 months or so updating their roadmaps. I'm assuming any time now we'll get an updated roadmap. I would assume any time now. And no, Tom, I do not have any update about a new faction. Maybe they meant that the grinding time in the game will go up. Well, Gator, specifically in the roadmap that I'm reading from, they say that it's hard to balance, but they'll make a considerable effort to reduce the time in the game. Yeah, I don't feel like that's been done, but that's on their updated internal roadmap. So, your video suggested that players keep giving Scopely feedback. Correct. Yeah, 100%. Any other ways you suggest to give feedback besides on here and surveys? Me, surveys, DJ if you listen to DJ's podcast, No One Shall's channel if you listen to No One Shall, any content creator, any moderator, any survey. Yeah, all those ways. You can even put tickets in. Put tickets in as feedback. Put tickets in as feedback. Say, hey, this sucks. This sucks. This sucks, and we need to fix it. That works too. All those methods work. Will they increase the levels from 50? Yes, Sopranos family. There is in the works going above level 50. Now, that's not like a breaking news. I'm not like leaking information. That's an obvious. Of course they're working on it. But yes, that is something that is being worked on. TC improvements and away team stuff? Yes. And Nathaniel, hey, I know what channels you're in. But honestly, Nathaniel, a lot of that stuff isn't worth mentioning anyway. And some of it's already happened. And Nathaniel, I'm assuming you're in the same room that I've got that access from. And you know that half the stuff on that list is either ambiguous or has already been done. So even that roadmap is semi-outdated now. How do uncommon G4 ships stand up against epic G3? At what tier do they surpass them? Depending on which uncommon G4 you're talking about, tier 6, tier 7. If you're talking about maxed G3s, and a lot of that's going to be also research and how much you've done. Because a maxed enterprise can go toe-to-toe with some big ships in the uncommon 4-star range. Yeah, Adam, I agree with the Franklin A helping reduce time, but in general, and Paul, if I had it handy, I'd throw it at you, but I don't have that link just sitting next to me anymore, man. Sorry. You can just ask in my Discord, Paul. That might be easier than just asking in chat. I'm sure somebody in my Discord can shoot it to you. Nathaniel? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Now, to be fair, 3 people sent that to me, but yeah. There's also one more thing from a more recent conversation, but it wasn't really anything worth mentioning. Any advice on how to handle players who make offensive player and alliance names? Yeah, screenshot them and report them in as a ticket, and they will get a temporary ban. They will probably, very unlikely, get a permanent ban. That's just very rare for that to happen. And Nathaniel, when the heck do you use your real name anywhere, man? Like, I didn't recognize you at all. And you also never talk to me until it's, if you're the one I think you are, you never talk to me unless it's like 2 in the morning anyway. What are you doing up this early? Yeah, DJ goes live on Wednesdays, Zimmer. That's his normal thing. And we'll be wrapping up our stream in probably about 30 minutes or so. And then I'll be streaming again tonight on Twitch. So if y'all are not on the Twitch channel already, then y'all should please make sure you join, because Twitch will be live tonight. So, but let me see, DJ, did he post his announcement yet? Because I haven't seen an announcement. I don't see an announcement. I don't think he's posted anywhere, but yeah, it is Wednesday and he's going live at some point. The inventory for currencies is totally unclear after a few years from unused credits. Would be good if we could change them into actual currency. Well, I agree, Zarquan. It's low on my priority list of things that I really think this game needs to do. I mean, I 100% agree with you. But, and nice, Zoomer, that's pretty hilarious. YouTube lives are great. Paulo, I like the Twitch lives. Personally, I enjoy the Twitch hangouts more. Maybe it's because they're more personal. But I think we have a ton of fun over the Twitch, not only playing the game. The YouTube is definitely more informative, I would say. Like, we sit down and really focus on answering questions. But the Twitch side is just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, after this, if I have time, I've got another podcast I've got to do. We've got to record the Observations Lounge podcast. If you haven't checked out our nerdy podcast, you really should. And we're talking about some of the new stuff coming out here pretty soon with like Marvel and everything. So I've got that to do. Then I got to prepare for the stream later, but I do want to get with DJ. And in fact, I'm going to bug him right now because that man has still not messaged what I need for Research Tree. Research Tree, DJ. I just all capsed him. I just all caps locked him. Research Tree! He said he'd have it done by the weekend, and it's not done. It's not done. Damn it, DJ. I love you so much. I really do love that dude. He's a good dude. Do you stream Civ anymore? You bought the game on Switch, but I'm not super sure how to play it. So, Gator, I do stream it some. There's a new game out called Humankind that I've been playing more, which is very similar to Civilization. I will stream Civilization 6. There's a certain goal that I'm trying to reach on Twitch first before I add a few more games in. And then when I do that, when I reach partner, I'll start adding in some more games. But I'm really trying to focus on the 1-2 games that I have right now. So anyway, tonight's stream on Twitch. If you have not joined already, please come and follow. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Come hang out. It's just a good time. Yeah, I stopped playing Eve Echoes altogether. And it wasn't because the gameplay was bad. I've always thought that Eve Echoes was a very good game. The community in Eve Echoes is awful. And they're proud of being awful. Like, the Eve Echoes mobile players, like the new people to the game, were fine. It was all the old school Eve players that just made the entire thing unbearable. So yeah, I left the game. Do you know if we'll be able to change alliances for help with speedups again? Nope. They purposely took it out for that reason, Wraith. Purposely took it out. Like, that was something they were like, yeah, you're not doing this anymore. And that was intentional. So, sorry. I know it's not what you wanted. But I'm here to give you the truth. I'm never going to lie to you. Oh, yeah, I might, but I never played Star Trek Online, David, because it bored me. I think you're thinking of Star Trek Legends, and the reason I stopped on that was because my iPad had a lot of problems, or my son's iPad, and I've just never reinstalled it. Ricardo, I don't know if that's a good or a bad there. I can't tell how you're feeling, but yes, it is different. It is definitely different. But I think it's a lot of fun, too. We'll go to Groombridge now. 14-minute flight time. And then we're going to go to Nicosa, see if there's anything there. And there's probably going to be a 0 node that I got to clear first. Yep, look at all these 0 nodes. There actually is a node right there. The Alliance helps nerf was the dumbest thing they did. Look, while I'm not disagreeing with you that it was dumb, to say that's the dumbest thing Scopely ever did is a very bold statement. And also incorrect. There's worse things they've done. Scope has done a lot of very stupid things, Lost and Found. Like, I'm not going to pin that as the big one. There's other dumb things. We just had level 43 server rogue attack a community heart formed for a player who lost his mom. Thought I'd seen it all. I've seen that happen many times, Castle D, and sorry about that. Man, it does happen. And sucks. I even left an alliance over it. Way back in 2019, the Pirate Alliance I was in did that and didn't like punish the people, and it led to a huge split. Basically, half the leadership left that alliance. It was a big deal back in the day. It was a big deal. Are you going to do any more warp speed ups? Flight times are pretty large. You mean the research? Yeah, Scrunch, I will. For sure. But it's just I've been focusing. And by the way, I've got to do some research speed ups today because I've been trying to catch up. So right now I've been focused on my efficiency researches, which is why you see me with the lithium stockpile currently being worked on. So we do this and we get this done. Power creep, which is going to give us a little bit of latinum. Oh man, 15 latinum. How could I ever make it without you? And then 23 hour speed ups is actually useful. So, and then I've got to do a building one to get 16 3-hour speed ups. If they want more of my money, they need to drop another Harrison event or I'm not upgrading. They've not. So a Harrison event? Look, Harrison auctions, I guess, are fine to give people a chance, Claw, but it's cheaper to, at least in my experience, it's cheaper to just freaking buy Harrison for $100 and try to win him at an auction. I guess it depends on how much you're saving, though. Obviously, you can win in an auction without spending, but man, that's oof. Wait, I need to make sure I've done my daily events join. Have I joined yet? Okay, we have. Cool. Do you think that we'll have a Cardassians and TNG arc that DS9 is next? I think that TNG is the next big arc. I think we might have a filler arc before that, though. I think we might have a filler arc in the game first, and then we'll have Deep Space Nine afterwards. So, wait, I need to do my efficiency, I think. That's what I was working on. Dilithium, and so dilithium holding needs to be done. Oh, I hate going through all these stupid researches. I want to research something cool. Let's see if I can do an outlaw research. That's better than doing that. Here, we need to start working on these. So, man, here I am short of commons. Dang it! I could upgrade a Stella Hull. That's not exciting, though. I want everything to be upgraded. Let's see my away teams. I've got stuff to upgrade in here. Look at all these I've got to do. Charismatic orders. That's a good one. Anything that increases. I haven't even started this yet. Boom. Get it. Get it. There we go. Now we need to speed up a building. Obviously, we're going to do the 3-day one. Boom. And we just spent all the speed ups we basically earned today. Thankfully, we get some more. And this will finish our daily. So we've got this done. Yay. And now we need to start a new building. What are your thoughts on humankind? To be honest, Brandon, I'm only about 8 hours in. I like it. I love the battle mechanic compared to Civilization. I'm not sure if I love the game as a whole yet. Gosh, I'm still... But I'll be honest, some of my bias to loving Civilization is creeping in, so I need to get past that. That's what I need to do. I don't want to spend that much titanium, man. There's so much titanium to spend here. Yeah, this is better. I don't really want to spend that much par steel. And I hate wasting uncommons during a non-leaderboard. See, here's that efficiency for Rev Deuce creeping in again, making me not want to do stuff. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's do that one. There we go. Do you think the Enterprise D will be a 50-plus ship? I think it's going to be a high-level whale ship, Adam. I do. My auger goes forever. What you talking about, Ball? You mean the flight time? Well, I'm flying literally across the map right now, and I've not done a lot of warp time upgrades. This is definitely something I've slacked on. Yeah, we get all of our stuff there. They should add refresh tokens like they did with Axionic chips. Yeah, I'm actually out of refresh tokens right now. Refresh, don't have them. Completely out at the moment. Which I didn't think that would actually happen, to be honest with you. I was like, I'm good. We just got to worry about that. Let's see if Carol does better. Yep, ×2. We need all these. All the service awards. Click. There we go. And see, our Enterprise is there, so let's go ahead and tell people, hey, move it or lose it, chump. Oh, you're OPC. I don't even need to message you. Yeah, give me 18,000 OPC. Suck it. It's mine now. Oh, you're OPC too? What is everybody OPC today? What is this? What the heck is this? Oh, yeah. Oh, bro, you don't even know. You're dead, bro. You're dead, bro. OPC? What is this? I'm not used to just random OPC 3-star. Okay, now I'm going to look in the whole system. Get me all excited. Up here? No, you're just a regular 0. I won't worry about you now. Now I want to see if everybody else is OPC. Anybody else got loot just laying around? Yo, what is this? Give me the loot, fam. Give me all the good stuff. Yeah, we'll just start jumping on this gas node real quick. What else we got? What else we got? No. Where are you? Oh, you're here too. Okay, yeah, you can just come up here, fam. Here, come hop on this node. Come hop on this node. There's another raw gas here. Oh, bro, look at me with 35,000 OPC 3-star out of nowhere. Was it the same guy? I don't think it was, but I will check. And you're not OPC. And what about you? Nope. All right, I'm like, I'll take 35,000 free. I just wasn't expecting it. It kind of came out of nowhere. All right, we dropped you on there. Oh, sweet, ore node. We're gonna get both of those done early. All right, recall. That was cool. Man, that was a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day, y'all. Is there a spot to see how many stellar particles it takes to max the rogue research tree? I think the KMA might have that information set up and stored. I think the KMA might have that information set up and stored. I don't have it handy, though, so... Oh man, what else we got before we start wrapping up today's stream, which has been a great stream, by the way. I appreciate everybody here. I will ask, hey, if you want to support the channel, PayPal, Venmo, every little bit really does help, even if you got $5. If I've answered a question that's helped you or your lines, please check it out. If not, no big deal, ignore me. But it all is appreciated. They need to bring back the first con to balance out the TOS officers. You've already got 2 cons in the game, fam. You got John Harrison and Khan. What more do you need? What more do you need? I mean, I agree with you. I would love to have Ricardo Montalcán join. I mean, I love the character. I love the movie. Star Trek II Wrath of Khan is my favorite Star Trek movie of all time, for those that didn't know. So I definitely support that idea. I don't support exocomps. These are boring. These are boring. This is useful, though. I'll give it this. This is useful. But once again, I have forgotten to activate my stupid gas mining. Like, I've got exocomps that actually would help me right now that I forget to use because exocomps are so boring. Look at that, man. Rip. Rip. If I remember correctly from an interview DJ did, it's like 14 max Stella scraps. Something like that, too. Something like that. And yes, Colonel Fusion is right. If you also want to help out without spending money, like the video, comment on everything that we do, subscribe to the channel. Those things help out as well. Who message? I like to help out the people, man. That's why I'm here, is for the people, helping out, having fun. He's the best and only Khan. Now, I wouldn't say that. I mean, while I'm definitely biased that the new movie was not my favorite, I don't think it was bad. It was better than Insurrection. You know, it was better than Nemesis. So, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst at all. I mean, there's some worse Star Trek out there. And sadly, the dev has not messaged me back yet. Hey, Nom Nom, I'm actually about to end the live stream. Now, I am streaming later on Twitch, but we've been streaming almost 2 hours here on YouTube. We try to stream early on Wednesdays. I've been trying to do this consistently to give people in the European areas and the Asian Pacific areas and even the U.S. A better stream that they can come to. So, saw Lower Decks for the first time here. Say you're right, it's decent for sure. Glad you enjoyed it, Tyler. Glad you enjoyed it. Is there like a specific that drops certain ship shards? No, there's not, Batman. It's based on level. Clayton says Twitch is your favorite. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the Twitch stream. And hey, convince more people to come. Convince more people to come join the Twitch stream. It's a hoot. It's a hoot. Who even says that? Who says it's a hoot? That's lame. That's lame. But I guess that is kind of my brand, so it is what it is. Man, am I the only one tempted to send my miner back home so that I can come back and see how much that really did improve the mining rate? And yeah, I know, Paulo, I know. What time on Twitch? 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is when I will be live on Twitch tonight. And of course, Nick, that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here to help out the community in any way that I can, whether it's entertaining y'all or actually giving you some information. So. I wish there was a way. There's not really a way. Yeah, it's not really a way. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap up this stream because look, DJ's going live. He's answering some questions. I've got to record a podcast this week, and I've also got to work on my football channel, and I've got to get ready to go live tonight. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff to do, and then of course do stuff in game. Y'all are awesome. As always, I cannot do what I do without y'all. Y'all make it happen. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do this for a career, to support my kids. And I got to sneeze. Oh, God. Oh, man. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But y'all are amazing. It has been great. It's been wonderful, actually. We will be back soon. We'll be back tonight, in fact, okay? So y'all stay amazing. Y'all stay beautiful. We're wrapping it up. Deuces, that's me. Like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we'll catch you tonight on Twitch and on the Discord. So, bye-bye.